Hello everyone and welcome to DNQ Football. You may be able to hear in my voice that I'm not 100% well. I do have a cold. It's also ridiculously hot here in the UK for the UK. So yeah, not an ideal time for me, but don't worry because I'm still here to talk you through the EAFF E-1 Championship that's taking place in Japan in 2022. So this is a different tournament to how it's previously been. COVID has impacted the tournament. Preliminary rounds 1 and 2 haven't taken place. It was all decided on FIFA World Rankings. So let me give you a brief rundown. Like normally, you would have teams like Australia, Macau, Mongolia, Guam, Chinese Taipei, Hong Kong, North Korea competing in prelims, preliminary qualifiers, and then they join South Korea, Japan, and China. However, North Korea, as they do from, let's say, most footballing tournaments, right? Or certainly in recent years, most footballing tournaments have withdrawn. Preliminary rounds 1 to 2 haven't taken place. I'm sure that COVID has been a big impact to that. And the tournament was originally due to be held in China. And again, because of COVID, as with other tournaments like the AFC Asian Cup, it's had to move, and it's moved to Japan. So there's only 4 teams actually in this tournament now, and it's been done on FIFA World Rankings. So you've got host Japan, you've got South Korea, and then you've got China and Hong Kong. They're just in a group of 4, and they just play each other, similar to a World Cup style group, to determine who is in fact going to lift that trophy. So it begins with Japan versus Hong Kong today. And then you've also got China versus South Korea today. So it's going to be a really interesting one. You'd expect South Korea to win on paper, world rankings, etc. But don't forget that with a lot of these tournaments, the strongest side on paper don't always bring their strongest team. It's an opportunity for them to bring through players that play in the domestic leagues, more local. So there's going to be opportunities for some new faces, I'm sure, for South Korea and for Japan, which will give the likes of Hong Kong a decent chance. I don't have a Hong Kong shirt. I've only got this Myanmar shirt, which is at least in the colours that China play in, right? So that's why I went for that. And I was going to do a joke about Lemsip sponsoring this video because I've been on the Lemsip all day, but I'm not sure what the rules are around pretending to have advertisement. They don't sponsor the video. But if anyone from Lemsip does happen to watch this, then hit us up because we'd be keen for that. So, prediction time. Well, it's a group of 4. I predict that. I predict probably Japan. I was going to go South Korea, but I think they'll probably rest and rotate a few more players. I'd probably say Japan to win this one. They are the host nation as well, so they'll have that in their back pocket. But really, from a DNQ perspective, as ever with these tournaments, the eyes are firmly fixed on the smaller nations. But Hong Kong really impressed in AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. I'd be keen to see what they can do again. They're going to be very much the focus. Obviously, China, a far larger footballing nation. So Hong Kong really the minnows of this tournament. But I reckon they can cause some upsets. Maybe not today in their first game. And it's difficult because there's only 3 games for them. But I think that we'll at least see them compete with the other sides. We've seen already, I pipped them to probably get knocked out in the group that they had in AFC Asian Cup qualification. They literally walked through it. They are a side on the up. They've had ups and downs throughout their history, but I think they're in a good space right now. So if I were to predict the way that it would go, I would actually probably say I'd probably go Japan, China. Oh, it's tough. You know what? It's tough actually because you don't know what teams they're going to put forward. But I'm going to say Japan to win it, South Korea second, and then I'm going to go Hong Kong and China level. You know what? I'll give the benefit to Hong Kong in this one. I'll say that they'll finish just above China in third spot because I think they are a really good, adept footballing nation. It's going to be a tough tournament for them, and obviously it's been a shame that we've not been able to bring you like the preliminary rounds that haven't taken place because that's a tournament we'd be all over with the likes of Macau competing in that. But I know we've got a few people from Asia, and particularly like Hong Kong. I've seen some people from Hong Kong comment on the channel before. So if you are from that part of the world, if you are from one of these nations, then drop a comment on this video. Who do you think is going to win? If you're from Hong Kong, what kind of challenge do you think this is going to represent for you guys in this one? And ultimately, as ever, don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I apologise for my voice. It will get better. But the only thing that's left for me to say is we will see you next time.